My name is Devonne Adanna, and I welcome you to the Devonne Adanna Experience. Today we are going to be talking about 5 things you didn't know about Tobago people. You've watched Winston Duke in Black Panther and have decided you know everything you already need to know about Tobago people.
Glory to Hanuman.
But here are a few more things that you probably didn't know about Tobagonians. Yes, that's what we are called, Tobagonians. Let's get right into the list. Number 1 is that we are not all of African descent. While every European colonial power fought over the right to colonize and develop Tobago, the truth is, in the end, the Africans were the real winners, okay? Because that is the culture that remains to this day. However, it does come as a surprise to many that not everybody in Tobago is Black or is of African descent. Many other cultures have since come to Tobago and have made Tobago their home. Tobago's current makeup is roughly 80 to 82% African, with the remaining 18 to 20% being made up of East Indian, East Asian, white, Syrian, Lebanese, and people who consider themselves a mixture of 1, 2, or more of those cultures. But even those Tobagonians who are of African descent can be anywhere on the skin tone spectrum, just as any other Black person from any other place. So you have people who are Black, but they are palm colored, or they may be ebony colored. We run the spectrum, and a Tobagonian, there's no typical look for a Tobagonian. So avoid holding the misconception that only dark-skinned people come from Tobago, because it just isn't true. Number 2 is that we invented manners. Caribbean people in general are very big on good manners, but the smaller your island gets, you'll be surprised how much farther good manners will take you. Remember, when you're living on an island with less than 100,000 people, it gets harder and harder to get away with bad behavior. Let's just say everybody knows everybody. Broughtopsy is the word that we use for good manners here, and it covers things like saying good morning to everybody you meet, even though you've seen them 100 times already for the day. Answering an adult with the appropriate noun at the end. You don't just say yes or no when called, okay? As a child, it's yes, mommy, no, mommy, yes, miss, no, miss. You don't just answer with one word, because it is the supreme sign of a lack of broughtopsy. Broughtopsy is also indicated on the road when driving. So if you live in a place that there really is only 2-lane traffic, and let's say you're at the median and you're about to turn into a side street, and the person in the oncoming lane gives you an opportunity to make that turn, right? So they stop and they allow you to make that turn. If you do not toot your horn as a sign of gratitude once you have safely turned into said side street, lack of broughtopsy, and I'm just saying, we will take the car number down and be letting your parents know about your lack of broughtopsy. I mean, obviously, it may be not that bad, but they're going to talk about you. They're going to be judging you in that car. Yeah. Moving on to number 3. Tobagonians love competition. Oh my goodness. This island has competitions galore. Let's start with carnival, okay? So there are national carnival competitions, but then there are Tobago carnival competitions. So there'll be Panorama, which is for the wider, the entire country of Trinidad and Tobago. That's a steel pan competition for the entire country. But then there'll be Tobago House of Assembly Panorama Finals, which are different from the national finals. On top of that, we have something here called interdepartment. This is where all the houses of the Tobago House of Assembly, which is our local governing body or Tobago governing body, all of the departments and divisions come together to have a huge carnival competition. It includes pageants, it includes talent. I mean, again, competition. When you think of carnival and Tobago, think about competition. Number 4 is that we love to dress up. True story. When I was on campus in Connecticut, people would always be like, why do you dress up so much? Like, why are you always dressed to the nines like that? And I'm like, you never know where you're going to end up, okay? So you need to be prepared. So then I had a couple friends visit me in Tobago, and one of them was like, I understand you so much better now. Because she was just like, I get it. Everybody dresses up on this island, and this is just a part of your culture. This is just exactly who you guys are. Tobagonians love a good dress up. We have an entire phrase for it. Check the video linked above to find out what that phrase is. And if you already know it, let me know in the comments below. But whether it is for church or to go to the gas station, Tobagonians will be very well put together. Number 5 is that Tobagonians could be quite upfront. Tobagonians don't hold water in their mouth. And what that means is, you know, when somebody's speaking to you and you have something in your mouth like water or something else, you're like, hold on a minute, wait, right? Like before I say what I have to say. So that saying is a very Tobagonian saying. I don't hold water in my mouth, meaning I will tell you exactly what I have to tell you. We're quite upfront to the point where, you know, some may say we are brash, right? But that is just who we are. We tell you as it is, plain as day. There is no mincing of words. There is no, it's kind of sort of this thing. No, this is what it is. Okay? This is where it is. And we definitely are very quick to tell somebody where to step off. Now, is this every Tobagonian? Not necessarily. Not all Tobagonians are that upfront or that expressive in their truth. But by and large, we can be a people who are very clear in our communication, especially when it comes to something we do not like. Number 6 is that, for better or for worse, Tobagonians are beach snobs. Listen to me, okay, Tobagonians, I know you're going to come for me with this, and Trinidadians, I know you're going to be upset about this too. But it is the truth. Tobagonians specifically are not impressed by many others' beaches. And specifically, we're not impressed by the beaches in Trinidad. I'm sorry to say it. It had to be said. Discuss amongst yourselves in the comments. But you and I will not be going back and forth on this. But Tobago has lovely beaches. And we take pride in our beaches. We enjoy our beaches. We love it. But when we go to other people's islands, or when we go to Trinidad, we could be quite snobbish about the water and getting in the water and being on those beaches. True story. When I was younger, I dabbled in a bit of modeling, and I was invited along with other models to do a photo shoot on a beach in Trinidad. I will not name the beach, right? But I was invited to do this photo shoot. So we get to the beach, and I am appalled. Like, the photographer was like, okay, you're gonna get in the water, you're gonna splash around, and I am like, what? I mean, it's not that I was not prepped ahead of time that I was going to be doing this. It's just that when I actually got to the water, I'd never really been on any beach in Trinidad before. It's just not something that a Tobagonian would find themselves doing, right? So, we get there, and I'm just like, sir, have you been to Tobago? I mean, are you serious? Like, I think we should wrap this shoot up now and just decide to do this in Tobago at a later date. The photographer was amazing, but I'm telling you, my disgust and displeasure definitely came through in those pictures. And what's worse is that I showed my mom these pictures. I mean, this woman did not talk to me for 2 months. She was just like, what? Did I not raise you better than that? I raised you with these lovely beaches, and you are like in these other beaches frolicking around and allowing these other waters to touch your Tobago body. I mean, of course, she wasn't like that. I'm over exaggerating. No, Tobagonians just love our beaches. We take pride in it, and we're just not easily impressed by any other beach. It is what it is. So if you've gotten this far, then you might as well subscribe and turn your notification on. And once you subscribe, type I subscribe in the comments so that I could give you a warm Tobago welcome and show you my autopsy. Alright? Stay tuned. I have another video on exactly what it's like to live in Tobago. Check it out now.